In 1993, Sheffield Wednesday came closer to domestic glory than almost any club in English football, and came away empty-handed. They reached two major finals in the same season, the League Cup final and the FA Cup final. Both were played at Wembley, both were against Arsenal, and both were lost by a single goal, losing 2-1 in the League Cup final, while the FA Cup final went to a replay after an initial 1-1 draw. This wasn't a fluke cup run. This was a side packed with internationals, experience, physicality and flair. A team built to win trophies, but remembered instead for how close they came. It was also arguably Sheffield Wednesday's last truly competitive top-flight side. So today, on Retro Football Club, we're looking back at every player who featured in Sheffield Wednesday's 1993 double final campaign, and asking what happened next. By 1993, Chris Woods was already one of the most decorated goalkeepers in English football. A European Cup winner with Nottingham Forest and a former England #1, he brought authority and calm to Sheffield Wednesday's defence during their run to both finals. By the 1994-95 season, Woods had lost his place in the team to Kevin Pressman, which led to a loan spell at Reading. Woods later played for Colorado Rapids, Southampton and Sunderland, before retiring with Burnley in 1998, where he played under former Wednesday teammate Chris Waddle. He went on to work as a goalkeeping coach at Everton, before following David Moyes to Manchester United. He later moved on to West Ham United and the United States national team, and is currently part of Steve Clarke's coaching staff with Scotland. Roland Nilsson was one of the most technically accomplished defenders in Sheffield Wednesday's side, bringing composure and tactical intelligence to the back line during the 1993 Cup runs. After leaving Wednesday in 1994, Nilsson returned to Sweden to play for Helsingborgs, before returning to England with Coventry City in 1997. In 2001, he became player manager of Coventry, and has since managed the likes of Malmö, FC Copenhagen, Sweden under-17s, Sweden under-21s, and most recently, Gothenburg. Viv Anderson was already a historic figure by the time he played in the 1993 finals, having become England's first black international earlier in his career. After leaving the club at the end of the season, Anderson joined local rivals Barnsley for a brief spell before joining Middlesbrough as player assistant manager to Brian Robson. He remained with the North East side until 2001 and was again a League Cup runner-up, this time as a coach. Today, he is recognised as a trailblazer whose impact on English football extended far beyond his playing achievements, and was awarded an MBE in January 2000. In more recent times, he has worked as a pundit for Manchester United TV. Phil King was part of Sheffield Wednesday's defensive unit during the season, contributing to a side built on structure and organisation. He remains a lesser-known name from that squad, but an integral part of one of the club's most memorable seasons. After leaving Wednesday, King joined Aston Villa in 1994, remaining in the Premier League until 1997. The final 4 years of his career were more nomadic, with spells at West Bromwich Albion, Swindon Town, Blackpool, Brighton and Hove Albion, Kidderminster Harriers and Bath City. Following retirement, he ran an Oxfordshire pub, and has occasionally provided commentary on Swindon Town games for BBC Radio Wiltshire. Carlton Palmer was the engine of Sheffield Wednesday's midfield, known for his relentless work rate and physical presence during the club's cup runs. After leaving Wednesday in 1994, Palmer joined Leeds United, where he made over 100 Premier League appearances before moving to Southampton in 1997. He later played for Nottingham Forest, Coventry City and Watford, before returning to Wednesday on loan in 2001. He became Stockport County player manager later that year, a position he held until 2003. He then played for Dublin City before returning to management with Mansfield Town. He later returned to playing with Staveley Miners Welfare before managing Grantham Town, and in 2021 even played a league game due to player injuries. In 2023, Palmer was admitted to hospital after suffering a heart attack while running the Sheffield Half Marathon. Thankfully, he made a full recovery. Nigel Worthington was a dependable and disciplined defender, trusted in the biggest matches during Sheffield Wednesday's 1993 campaign. After leaving Wednesday, Worthington, like Palmer, moved to Leeds United between 1994 and 1996. He later played for Stoke City, before taking on the role of Blackpool player-manager between 1997 and 1998. He went on to have a 6-year spell in charge of Norwich City, taking them to the First Division title in 2004. He later had a brief interim spell in charge of Leicester City in 2007, before serving as Northern Ireland manager until 2011. His final managerial stint came between 2013 and 2014 with York City. He now resides in Norfolk, and is a club ambassador for non-league side Fakenham Town. Paul Warhurst was known for his versatility, famously switching between defence and attack during his career, a transition that first happened at Wednesday and with some success. He remains a cult figure from the early Premier League years. After leaving Sheffield Wednesday, he played for Blackburn Rovers, ironically as a midfielder, winning the Premier League title in 1995. He also played in the top flight for Crystal Palace and Bolton Wanderers. Warhurst later entered a nomadic phase of his career. After leaving Bolton in 2003, he played for Stoke City, Chesterfield, Barnsley, Carlisle United, Grimsby Town, Blackpool, Wrexham, Forest Green Rovers, Barnet, and finally, Northwich Victoria, where he retired in 2007. He had a brief spell as Northwich's interim manager, before leaving the club and the sport shortly afterwards. Since then, he has led a lower-profile life and runs a sports agency. Danny Wilson played a supporting but important role in Sheffield Wednesday's midfield during the 1993 season. He left Wednesday later that summer and played for Barnsley before moving into management. He took Barnsley to Premier League promotion in 1997 before returning to Sheffield Wednesday as manager in 1998. Somewhat unfortunately, he became the last manager to take charge of Wednesday in the Premier League, following their relegation in 2000. Wilson later managed Bristol City, MK Dons, Hartlepool United, Swindon Town, Sheffield United and Chesterfield. These days he offers occasional analyst work and works as a football consultant. Chris Waddle was the creative force in Sheffield Wednesday's side, providing flair and imagination during the club's cup runs. Regarded as one of England's greatest players of his generation, he scored the goal in the FA Cup final replay that took the game into extra time. He was a major part of Wednesday's early Premier League era, before leaving at the end of the 1996-97 season. He then had brief spells with Falkirk, Bradford City and Sunderland, before becoming player-manager of Burnley. After departing in 1999, Waddle returned to playing, and went on to feature in non-league football on and off until at least 2013, representing Torquay United, Worksop Town, Glapwell, Stocksbridge Park Steels and Hallam. Waddle has since become a popular media figure, particularly on radio, and remains one of the club's most loved former players. John Sheridan was a combative and technically gifted midfielder who played a key role in Wednesday's midfield. He remained with the Owls until the summer of 1996, before taking in spells with Birmingham City, Bolton Wanderers, Doncaster Rovers and Oldham Athletic. Sheridan moved into management at Oldham, and went on to have an extensive managerial career with Chesterfield, Plymouth Argyle, Newport County, Oldham Athletic, Fleetwood Town, Carlisle United, Waterford, Wigan Athletic and Swindon Town. His last role was with Oldham, for an unprecedented 6th spell as manager. He remains active as a football manager, but is currently unemployed. John Harkes was one of the first American players to succeed in English football, bringing athleticism and intelligence to Wednesday's midfield. Harkes opened the scoring in the League Cup final, only for Arsenal to fight back and win 2-1. He moved on at the end of the season and remained in England with Derby County and West Ham United before returning to the United States. He played for DC United before taking a sabbatical back in England with Nottingham Forest on loan. He retired in 2002 after spells with New England Revolution and Columbus Crew. Harkes later moved into coaching and youth development and was inducted into the US Soccer Hall of Fame. He has coached at New York Red Bulls, FC Cincinnati, and most recently, Greenville Triumph. Mark Bright was Sheffield Wednesday's focal point in attack, known for his strength and intelligent movement, one half of a lethal, if underrated, forward line. Bright remained with the Owls until the end of the 1996-97 season. In his final year, he lost his place to Andy Booth, and was loaned out to Millwall. He did, however, return to Premier League football in his final season with Charlton Athletic. After retiring, Bright moved into media and broadcasting and remains a respected analyst and pundit. David Hirst was Sheffield Wednesday's most feared striker at his peak, though injuries limited the latter stages of his career. A massively underrated forward, he was actually Sir Alex Ferguson's first-choice striking target before Manchester United instead signed Eric Cantona. He scored Wednesday's only goal in the FA Cup final that secured the replay. He remained at Hillsborough until the summer of 1997 before moving to Southampton, where injuries further limited his appearances. In retirement, Hirst worked as an academy coach at Sheffield Wednesday and Crystal Palace, and, more recently, has worked back at Hillsborough as a corporate hospitality host. Graham Hyde was a squad player who contributed during the 1993 season. A short, combative midfielder, Hyde was relatively young compared to many of his teammates, and despite that youth, this period represented the peak of his career. He remained an Owl until 1999, but became less involved as the years progressed. He went on to play professionally for Birmingham City, Chesterfield, Peterborough United, Bristol Rovers and Hereford United, before non-league spells with Worcester City, Hednesford Town, Halesowen Town and Fleet Town, retiring in 2000. Hyde later moved into management and coaching, taking charge of Redditch United, Boston United and Telford United. His last role was a community position with Birmingham City. Chris Bart-Williams was a powerful and technically gifted midfielder, young, confident and capable of scoring goals. He remained with the Owls until 1995, when he was sold to Nottingham Forest. He stayed in the Premier League for several seasons, also playing for Charlton Athletic, before finishing his career with Ipswich Town, Apol Nicosia, and Maltese side Marsaxlok. He later moved into coaching and youth development roles in the United States, and was head coach of Miami-based Dade County FC, until his unexpected death in July 2023. Trevor Francis was the architect of Sheffield Wednesday's rise, a true English football legend, both on and off the pitch. He served as player-manager of the Owls until the end of the 1993-94 season. He remained at Hillsborough until 1995, when he was replaced by David Pleat. Francis later managed Birmingham City and Crystal Palace before moving into media work. Sadly, in July 2023, Francis passed away from a heart attack, the same month that saw the passing of Chris Bart-Williams. Sheffield Wednesday's 1993 side will never be remembered for trophies. They will be remembered for how close they came. 2 finals, 3 games, 1 unforgettable team, and a season that still lives in football memory. That's all for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to support our work, you can buy me a coffee. Just scan the QR code on the screen. And of course, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Retro Football Club, and hit that notification bell so you never miss what's coming next.